It is Boxing Day and it is match day as Man United travels to Wolves in an important Premier League game. Guys, the losses are becoming quite many and beginning to look ugly on Ruben Amorim. But what is the issue? Lack of goals. We are not critical. And what have we got to do to solve that? Simple. Score goals. My name is Webb. Welcome to the Network Sport. And of course, here we are with a match day preview of an important Premier League game. Again, the year is coming to a close. You want to end it to end it on a high. Honestly, we do want to end it on a real high. But what exactly is Ruben Amorim supposed to do? I want to expect that in the past couple of days following our loss to Bournemouth, Ruben Amorim has been focused on two important things. One, trying to get his players calm and composed to be clinical, because that has been a big issue. And secondly, trying to work on set pieces, both attacking wise in terms of us having the free kick or corner and making good use of them, and defending them. Very important. Those are the three things I want to believe that Ruben Amorim has tried to focus on. And in the game against Wolves, a team that is 18th on the log, they've got a goal difference of minus 13. Honestly, Man United, yes, we still have a minus goal difference of minus 1, but we should be able to score goals and be able to get a victory, never mind it being on the road, and also never mind them having a new manager who is also Portuguese, more experienced than Ruben Amorim in Victor Pereira. And already his impact was there in their first game against Leicester City, as Wolves beat up on Leicester by 3 goals to nothing to send a good message to Ruud van Nistelrooy. But look, guys, when you look at those stats, they were quite painful. These are not stats of a team that lost a game of football. These are not statistics you look at and you're thinking the home team lost 3-0. Because Man United, in terms of expected goals, 2.26, none was scored. Bournemouth had unexpected goals, expect 1.24 expected goals. They scored 3. Possession, United boasted 60% against 40, but United still lost 3-0. Goal attempts, United had 23, 10 for Bournemouth. Again, none scored by Man United. Bournemouth converts 3. Shots on goal, United had 7. Bournemouth had 5. No goals for Man United. Bournemouth had 3. Shots off goal, of course, 10-3. Then blocked shots, 6 for United, 2. Big chances, United created 4. Failed to convert any. Bournemouth had 2. Corners, United had 13, fam. 13 corners. None of them yielded a goal. This is exactly what Carlos Fernandez should have been working on for most of the time. Uh, the, 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 uh, the opponent, Bournemouth, had 1 corner. Shots inside the box, Man United had 13. None was scored. None was converted. Bournemouth had 6. Shots outside the box, United had 10, Bournemouth had 4. You get a sense. Goalkeeper saves, United made 2, Bournemouth made 7. Free kicks, United had 11, they too had 11. Scored 1, United never even came close with 1. Fouls, 11-11. Yellow cards, 1-3. Throw-ins, United had 19, they had 2 less. Touches in the opposition box, United had 45, Bournemouth had 15. Guys, how in the world did we not win this game? You just look at it and you're thinking, what exactly is wrong with Man United? But you see, it goes back to what we've been saying, that these Man United players have dropped so much in confidence. They have failed to compose themselves into players at this level. Because if you're going to score a goal, I keep telling people that the hardest thing to do in football is to score a goal. It's so difficult. Even an open net, you can fail to bury a chance, a simple chance, a sitter. It is so difficult to score a goal. But at the level at which Man United plays, you would think, obviously, that players are composed and know what it takes to score a goal, because that should be the most important thing coaches teach players. How do you score a goal when you have an opportunity? Whether you're a striker or not, you've got to be able to know that composure is key. But I do feel like against Wolves, it's going to be the ultimate test. Even if they create 1 million chances, break records in terms of chances created, if they don't score and convert them, they will count for nothing. And trust me, the name calling will come back again. Now, Amad Diallo, who are the best chances for Man United to score goals? Amad Diallo has obviously proved to be one of them. And you see, people will say Ahmad is not really a striker and you can't be relying on him for goals. But you look at a team like Arsenal and they're now looking for solutions without Bukayo Saka because he has scored 5 and assisted 10. Amad Diallo is almost in the same mold as Bukayo Saka is for Arsenal because he's the guy who makes us look play. He's the guy who makes us look like a threat at goal. He's the guy who scores some of the goals because if you look at his stats in the past 10 games, he has had, I think, 10 goal contributions in 9 games, and a crazy start that he has had. So you can certainly not really talk about Man United and goals and you don't think of Ahmad because he's the guy who makes us create, who makes us look like we have a chance at goal. So for me, I think the pressure is still going to be there on him because again, he's what we have. He's the player we have to try to make us do things. But also, of course, most importantly, the striker who will start because and I want to believe it's going to be Rasmus Højlund starting ahead of Joshua Zirkzee. But whether it's Højlund or Zirkzee, whoever starts has got to be uh, better. I mean, they cannot be there yet after a few games, a few days after that Bournemouth game, a few days of training. Amorim always complains about not having enough time to train. But I want to believe that at that level at which Man United plays, at the level of Man United, you don't need a year as a striker who was bought for 72 million pounds like Rasmus Højlund or 32, 36 million pounds like Joshua Zirkzee. You don't need a year to learn to compose yourself and be able to score a goal. I do want to believe that our strikers should be able to score goals against the Wolves that has been looking out of sorts, that are conceding goals for fun. I do want to believe they should come with that psyche in them and mental strength to know that they can actually win, score goals against Bournemouth. So I do think for me that's the most important part for Man United to work on. In terms of personnel in the middle, one of our weak links in the previous games, I think one or two games has been Kobe Maino, and that's without a doubt. Of course, just like every other department, there have been issues and you don't expect Kobe to be the one performing among so many players who are being mediocre. And I will struggle to recall the last game Casemiro played for Man United. He has really been not considered normal by Ruben Amorim, whether that's because he's not really 100% fit or it's just that he doesn't like him or they fell out and he's just now waiting for him to leave. We may not know. But there are people who would feel that Manuel Ugarte and Casemiro have proven to be a working partnership that we can want to look at a bit again. But I'm one of those who do not really believe in looking back. I do not strongly believe in, you come in with a new manager, you're changing things around, rebuilding a team, and you've got a young player like Kobe you're trying to give a chance. You clearly have not been impressed by the old Casemiro, but just because of past performances between him and Ugarte, you drop the young Kobe who has had not so even bad, but by his standards, one bad half. In the first half against Bournemouth was not quite good on him. But just because of that, you drop him and again bring back Casemiro. For me, that's not progressive. So my view is we still stick to Ugarte and Kobe if they are fit. Kobe will get his fitness on the pitch. The more he plays, I felt the second half was better. Against Bournemouth, he was more confident, and he's still learning on the job to play as a number 8. So for me, I will still stick with Kobe in the middle with Ugarte and hope that maybe if there is need later on, Casemiro will come on because one of the two will certainly give in. So one of the two will certainly become tired and need to be substituted. I hope this time around Ruben Amorim substitutes the right person. The last time he put off Ugarte and we saw clearly it was a mistake. Never mind Ugarte being on a yellow, but Ugarte was needed in the game. So I do think for me, I'll still stick to the Ugarte and Kobe midfield. But the most important bit in this game is the composure of the guys ahead to be able to score goals. If Man United doesn't win this one, and already it's looking like it's out of our hands in terms of the top 4 race. But if Man United doesn't win against Wolves, honestly, it's going to be difficult for us to even think that we are going to move a muscle at some point in the future from our 13th position where we've been for way too long. So I think this is a sort of a pressure game, both for Ruben Amorim because of how tense it was. A 3-0 loss against Bournemouth. This loss, the Bournemouth loss sort of reminds me of that loss we had, I think, against Fulham at Old Trafford under Eric Ten Hag. The only difference is Ten Hag came out in the media and spoke all the wrong things you can speak after losing at home against the Mino, like Fulham. And it was the beginning of people, I think, losing that hope. people who had started trying to return to watching Man United games again dropped off. And not just because of the poor performance of the team, but because of the statements Eric Ten Hag made. But see, the difference with the Bournemouth loss and Ruben Amorim is we played better. I've just shown you the stats that showed you a team that dominated the game. We're just not clinical. Improved in so many things as a team. So my thinking is the most important improvement now has got to be seen against Wolves. That's scoring goals. I won't predict this game because United games, again, like I keep saying, have become so difficult to predict. You would rather predict the return of Jesus Christ than predict a United game. So I won't go into that. But I hope United does improve in terms of being clinical. So if that happens, we'll leave them for dead. It will be a whitewash. My name is Webb. Like, share, and subscribe, and let me catch you later.